Okay, so it's been another week. Where am I this week? Well, this week my job has been at the center of my psyche. So, last week we had a work lunch planned for Wednesday, and it was a potluck that they had kind of pushed on us, and I had signed up to bring brownies. So last Sunday I went out and I bought myself some brownie mix so I could make brownies Tuesday night. Thought about making them Monday night, but time just got away from me. I got stuck on a call late and I didn't have time to do it. And so I was going to do it Tuesday night. Well, I got to work Tuesday and work was, it had people going around kind of asking, hey, does anyone want to have Wednesday off? I'm like, no, because I need my hours. And they're like, well, we're expecting not many calls because it's the day before Thanksgiving. And I'm thinking, yeah, you didn't know that 2 weeks ago when all of the rest of us on the floor were talking about it? So, no, they didn't. So, they were trying to find people who were willing to take Wednesday off, without pay because we don't have paid time off. And they didn't find anybody. So they decided to change the rules, and they decided they were going to close early on Wednesday, and they were going to require that anyone who does show up had to show up at either 8 or 8:30. Nobody was allowed to show up any later than that. And of course, my regular schedule starts at 11. I work 11 to 7:30. So that was completely unreasonable to make that change. I think it was 3 p.m. or something stupid. It was definitely Tuesday afternoon, but it was kind of late. And I'm thinking, you didn't think ahead? So and that again was the day that they had the big luncheon that they pushed on us planned for. So I didn't make my brownies at all for work. And I'm mad about having bought them. And so then on Friday when I went in, they were going around trying to find some people who were willing to work on Saturday. Well, I already had plans, but I kind of wanted them to ask me because I've been a very reliable, dependable employee, excepting that one day, the first day of open enrollment, when I had to call out sick. But otherwise, I've not been late at all, literally at all, and I've not been out sick except once. One day, the entire time. Well, they didn't offer me any time to come in. They instead offered it to a whole bunch of other people, including one person who has somewhere close to a 50% attendance rate. And, if you have to lecture the person about attendance as you're offering them makeup time, then it's kind of frustrating because I'm like, I'm already down 2 days, one of them not expected and not really my fault, and I'm very angry with work right now, and I'm actively looking for another job. Not so angry that I'm gonna go ahead and quit because it's money coming in, but I have contacted my old tutoring, and I'm trying to get back into something else. The one and only reason I was working this job was the money, and if I'm not even going to get all of my regular hours and they're going to pull mess like this, then I can't continue to work for them like this. It's unreasonable. So I'm looking for other work now, and I'm just putting in my time for now. Still doing my job. Not gonna shortchange the customers, but not gonna break my back or my neck. Trying to make everything perfect. Other than that, on Saturday, I did get to hang out with Asher. He was in town on Thanksgiving, or sometime around then. He asked if I could come down to hang out on Friday. Well, I had to work, or so I thought, and so I said no, and so I ended up going down on Saturday, and we had some fun. We got to play Puerto Rico. I remembered that this time. And I also got to hang out and play with his older brother some too. We played a game, Pseudo or something like that. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but it was a board game about ships and the way that they sail. The first version we played was just sailing around, but in the advanced version we added monsters that were hunting our ships that we had to try to avoid. So that was interesting. And yeah, that was good. Then today, Sunday, I had, well, I've been learning Japanese, and it's going fairly well, but I've been using Pimsleur, a recorded thing that I downloaded, and if there was ever a written part, I didn't have it. So I don't have anything written, and I saw there was a game on sale for less than $3 that would teach you the writing for Japanese, and Japanese writing with hiragana in particular is very different from English. Not completely different, because they're basically letters, but it is a little bit different. And so anyway, it's something I've been meaning to learn. It was less than $3. I'd been wanting it, and when it's so cheap, it's hard to say no. Steam games are on sale. That was the only other indulgence I had this time, and that was educational. And I don't want to be illiterate, so I don't feel bad about it. Other than that, I finally got to taste some of my Kina tea. I don't know if I talked about it before, but this stuff is good. It is so good. I'm gonna drop a link in my description to their website, because the website doesn't look like much, but the tea is extremely good. And I have my little tea steeper that I've been enjoying. So this week was a little bit long, but I had a whole lot happen, especially with work, and as frustrated as I've been over the past month with this employment, this was just the final straw. So I'm seeking new employment opportunities elsewhere. There's a limit to how much I'm willing to put up with.